Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, June 3rd. My name is Karen Bodenschatz. I serve as Associate Pastor at First Lutheran Church in Onalaska, Wisconsin, and this is my morning musing. So I was looking for something to talk about today and discovered that today is Chocolate Macaroon Day, or Chocolate Macaron Day. So either French macaroon or coconut macaron. I don't know for sure. I think it's the coconut one, but there were pictures as I was trying to figure out why June 3rd is this day. There are pictures of both. So I absolutely love French macarons. And so I started digging into the history of that. Also, trying to figure out how I can make some today. It probably won't happen today. It'll have to be tomorrow or Saturday. But I just was fascinated by how it could get so confused by these folks who put on, like, today, June 3rd is this day. And I was reminded of something a professor once told me when I was in college, which is always do your own research and always go back to primary resources. Of course, I didn't have time to go all the way back to primary resources, but as I was researching French chocolate macarons and why today was Chocolate Macaron Day, it's Chocolate Macaroon Day, Coconut Macaroon Day, I discovered this issue, which got me thinking about how easy it is for us to find something on the web and just believe it and not do our own research. But that's another musing for another day. Today I want to tell you about one of my favorite French confections, which are the French macarons and the history behind them. So fascinating to see kind of the origins, see how they traveled, and then how they made it to the today's modern iteration. So a French macaron is those little sandwich cookies. They're a little almond cookie, really light. And then there's usually something really yummy in between, like a ganache or buttercream. That's how I like to make them. Sometimes people put jam in the middle of them. And they're just so yummy. And I've never made chocolate ones, so I'll try to remember to post a picture on the church's Instagram and Facebook page when I make them this weekend. But this confection is sometimes attributed to an Italian chef of Queen Catherine de' Medici, who was in France. But in fact, the history of this lovely confection goes all the way back to the 8th century in Italy. There were Venetian monasteries that were making this confection, or at least what we believe is the origins. It doesn't quite look as beautiful as what we have now. They were a little thinner, they were kind of cracked on the top. They certainly weren't sandwiched together. But when Italian Catherine married Henry II of France in 1533, this was one of the confections that was at that wedding. And so the French started adopting it as their own. It was being served at celebrations and things. And then we see the recipe slightly changing. And in 1791, Carmelite nuns who were seeking asylum during the French Revolution were selling these to people to earn their keep. And so we see them gaining a lot of popularity. We see them getting that kind of the more rounded top with the little thing of the meringue, the little dip of the meringue on the top. They start getting that, what we call the foot on the bottom. But it isn't until the 1930s that they're served as a sandwich with that lovely filling of buttercream or ganache or jam. I prefer the buttercream, like a French silk buttercream right in the middle. So good. And so I find that really interesting and fascinating because I've always believed that they're just a fully French confection because that's all I've ever known. And yet they begin in Italy, which also makes perfect sense because Italians are amazing at food. So now when I'm making them, or when I gift them to people, I will probably be telling them the history of this amazing confection. And it's really finicky when you make it, which I don't know what that says about the Italians or the French, except the French like to make things a little complicated, but they are amazingly delicious and with few ingredients. So that's my little tidbit of wisdom for you today. I suppose the moral of the story is sometimes simple is best. And there's a lot to be found in some of the amazing things in this world. I hope you have a great day, friends. Be well, be kind, for Christ is with you.